Greetings from Cybertron. This is SoundJack here with another episode of SoundJack's Rambles. And today I'm joined by Alyssa.
Hey.
And we are talking about She-Ra and the Princesses of Power.
Yay! It's finally happening!
Yes.
Finally, this is... We're talking about this mostly because Season 2 is on its way.
Yes,
actually. I don't know when it's releasing, but... Actually, let me look that up. Let me do it real quick.
Very soon. I think it's like the 24th. So
it
might be going up the same day. It might be posting the same day this podcast goes out.
We might have actually, coordinated this accidentally really well.
Yeah.
Totally purposefully, obviously.
Because when I was watching it on Netflix, I saw it, saying She-Ra Season 2, April 20-something.
Okay. So either... it's already out, or it's coming out very soon. So it is relevant. It is relevant that we're talking.
It's the 26th. So
okay.
Friday, which makes more sense.
Okay, so this Friday then, it will be out. So
2 days from this posting.
Yep.
Speaking of posting, I do want to apologize that there wasn't a podcast last week. We did record one. We recorded it on the original Mary Poppins film. But there was an issue with the recording.
Yeah.
So
it'll be a lost podcast.
Yeah.
I guess.
Literally, Alyssa checked the recording and there was literally no audio.
There's just nothing. Yeah.
So there was absolutely nothing we could do at that point. So unfortunately, we had to miss last week, and we're going to end up missing next week because I have tech rehearsal for a show coming up. Week, so that's just not going to be convenient.
So yeah, apologies in advance, but we're talking about something cool this time. Yeah. So hopefully it'll make the bad news easier to swallow, if you will.
Yes. So yes, She-Ra and the Princesses of Power. How do we get introduced to She-Ra herself? Alyssa, you start.
Well, She-Ra and the He-Man universe was, I guess, just kind of oh no. The way I was introduced to He-Man was through the eternal meme that is the Hey Yeah Yeah meme.
That's what
that is the way I got introduced to He-Man.
Yep.
That wonderful meme was my introduction. And you know what? It was a great introduction. It was the best introduction. Even better than watching the actual show. To be clear, I have never watched the original He-Man and the Masters of the Universe show, nor did I ever watch She-Ra, so I'm not actually familiar with it beyond the fact that I know, Skeletor's a thing, and Adam, Prince of Eternia is a thing, and that Grayskull's a thing that they shout, and then they're like, I am now, really skimpy and whatever. And then the other way I was introduced to He-Man was through Smosh. Do you guys remember Smosh?
Yeah.
Is Smosh still relevant in 2019? Probably not. But when Smosh was at its peak popularity on YouTube, I watched the If Video Games Were Real series. You remember that series?
Yeah.
Yeah. And there was, or if these things were real, and one of them was He-Man, and they did the joke, the obvious joke where he had the guy go, I have the power, and he's in the He-Man outfit, and then guy walks by and says gay bars that way. Because what other jokes are gonna make about He-Man? Am I right? Although He-Man and the She-Ra being gay icons might now actually be legitimate, considering this show, but that's my only real history with it. And then as far as coming into learning about this recent Netflix reboot, I mostly found out about it because I was at Comic-Con when it was being really marketed, so there was no way I was not going to know about it.
Yep.
But also obviously most of the reason why I wanted to watch it was because of that the controversy. I'm using so many air quotes. The controversy surrounding this show about She-Ra's redesign. So I was like, well, you know what? I'm gonna, you know, defy the haters and watch this show. Because, like, half of the reason why I engage in things is out of spite. Not really. But yeah. And you know what? I definitely don't regret my choices there. I will definitely be viewing season 2, so that's my history with it. What about you, Michael?
My history is very similar to yours. The yeah meme. And then I was hearing about this show and I was like, oh, that sounds cool. I remember mentioning it to Alyssa. We should talk about it, so we're talking about it.
Hey, yep.
Yeah. So yeah, before we get into the spoiler stuff, do we recommend it?
Yeah, I definitely do. I think it's a cute little show. It's definitely more targeted towards women or little girls, which, you know what? I'm here for media that's targeted to little girls. Because I was once one, you know, got a rep for my folks. For my folks. So I and like, to be honest, even as a kid, I never watched that many shows that were explicitly targeted to girls necessarily. Yeah. Like, I never watched My Little Pony. And I'm talking about the 80s cartoon. Yeah. Not that it was out at the time when I was younger, but I do remember watching some movies from it. No, I lied. I did watch some Barbie VHS video. Oh my god. If we want to go down a weird rabbit hole, Barbie VHS tapes, that is some good content. The Barbie Rapunzel one, I gotta get you to watch it. It's actually pretty excellent. Or the Princess and the Pauper. That one's also funny. It's been years though. It's been so many years. Anyway, so yeah, like TV show wise, I didn't really watch too many. I mean, granted, I didn't watch a lot of TV shows anyway, but I don't know if I watched that many or was that into that many franchises that were explicitly targeted to women. Most of the stuff I was really into were like generic or boys, basically.
Yeah.
Like I engaged with girl stuff too, mostly Barbie. And My Little Pony. No, not My Little Pony. Little's Pet Shop. Little's Pet Shop was my jam when I was in older elementary school. Oh my god. Anyway. Yeah. But I do think it definitely treats the idea of it being targeted to little girls as like a point of pride, or at least not as like we don't have to try because it's targeted to little girls, which is so often how media for little girls is treated. You know, like it can be really hard sometimes to find quality entertainment that's targeted towards little girls, but have it be like good. Especially video games. Oh my god. Being a little girl playing video games is a test of fortitude if you're trying to play like fashion games. Oh my god. Anyway. So I'm really happy to say that She-Ra and the Princess of Power is definitely not that. It's definitely quality, and it definitely takes its audience seriously, which is great. And I'm really happy about that. And also, it's totally, like, you can totally watch it as a dude, too. Like, I'm not saying that this show is only for women. Obviously, it's not. I'm just saying it's definitely targeted towards that audience. But it's just like how I was able to enjoy, like, I don't know, Tonka's Diggin' Rigs on the computer, which had like, that game is definitely targeted towards boys, but I played it a lot as a kid, and I had a lot of fun with it. It was a lot of fun. You got to drive around, you had to play some fun mini games, got to lob trash in a truck. But in the way that I'm able to enjoy that, I think that a lot of guys can find enjoyment from this show. So yeah, that's my piece. I'll let you talk now.
This is definitely a really good show. Really fun, really enjoyable. The only thing I could potentially say against it is that the animations doesn't feel highest budget. I mean, it's still good. It's just not the greatest animation, but like it's still good.
No. It's
So
definitely has a lower budget than Voltron did.
yes,
Like, definitely.
yeah. But animation, like the drawing style feels similar to Voltron.
Yeah, it has that. It has that. It's a little more Western animation looking.
Yeah,
Like, it's definitely not trying too hard to like emulate the anime style,
yeah.
but it is still pretty obvious that it's still DreamWorks production.
Influence,
Yeah.
especially with the Shira's transformation.
Oh yeah.
Uh, but yeah, I definitely recommend it.
Yep. Me
Um,
too.
but moving on into the show itself, so spoiler warning ahead.
Mm-hmm.
You've been warned. Go watch the show. It's all on Netflix right now.
Yep.
Before this, if you want to not be spoiled. So let's get in and let's talk about the characters.
Oh boy, there are a lot of characters in this show.
There are quite a few characters, yes. But obviously, we should start with the titular character, Shira, or Adora.
Yes.
Um, she's really great. It is very interesting to that she was like captured and brainwashed to being a Horde member, thinking that they were the good guys.
Yep.
But then when she actually goes out and sees what's going on, then she realizes, no, this is not good. This is not the right way, and converts.
Yep.
And figures out she is a princess of power.
Yes.
Mentioned to being the biggest enemies of the Horde.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really think it's a pretty good setup. You know, and it definitely like plays into I think the fact that Adora starts out like as a Horde soldier plays into her desire, plays into like the whole discovering to be Shira a lot. You know, like needing to rediscover. She needs to she doesn't, not only does she have to like figure out how to be the chosen one basically, but like also she has to figure out who her basic self is, because like she's a Horde. She's part of the Horde. So she has to basically like sort of relearn herself and reintegrate into a new place, and so it's kind of like a twofold personal identity journey.
Yeah.
So, yep.
People that help her the most are Glimmer and Bo.
Yes.
We're both very interesting. I really like Bo because like he's a guy, but he is definitely not like a dude bro guy.
Oh no, definitely not.
He
oh no.
Very emotional. And despite not having like superpowers like the other princesses, basically, he still puts in his work. He still puts in the fight. It was also probably like the most reserved. Reserve is not the right word, but like when the girls are doing things that like might be reckless and foolish, Bo's going to be the most likely one to be like, hey,
yeah,
let's not. Like the big one to me is the episode where they would go to see Entrapta and Bo's like being cautious, like trying to be cautious, and the girls are the one like, yeah, let's plow through these boulders, let's just go full force, it up.
Yep. Yeah, I do think that's really great. That. Sorry, hold on. I do think it's really nice that the show has that dynamic. I don't know. Bo's great. He's really funny, but you don't think he's not like a dumb sidekick. He's just quirky, but quirky in a good way.
Yeah.
And I also I do really wanna say that it's really great how Bo and Glimmer and Dora, like Bo is never I'm never thinking, oh, Bo's definitely gonna like hook up with one of them at the end of this. Like obviously it's gonna happen. Like he's clearly a friend of theirs.
Yeah.
and just a really good friend. But that's great. Like, it's really great that, like, you can show these two characters just being friends, and it's totally fine. And we aren't sitting here studying like, all right, so when are they gonna get together? You know,
Yeah.
which is really nice, and I'm really happy that that's a thing.
Hmm.
So.
Speaking of Glimmer,
Mhm.
she's got some mother issues
Oh yes, she does.
because her mother is an Angelia, Queen of Bright Moon, while she is the Princess of Bright Moon.
Mhm.
Uh, and I love seeing the relationship and the character growth between them.
Yeah.
Um, it's all really how they interact with each other. It's really great, honestly.
Yeah.
Like at the beginning, you definitely get the appearance of like, oh, mother and daughter are having a fight relationship.
Mhm.
They always disagree, but then like they get really close as the season progresses. Like
Yeah.
there's one point that was really powerful was like Glimmer, um, well, her mother, the queen, finds out Glimmer is sick because of the events of the rescue.
Mhm.
Uh, and Glimmer didn't want her to know because she didn't want to look like a failure. And
Yes.
which her mother just shouts out like, "I am a failure too. I let your father die."
Yeah.
And how after, and she was like talking about like she led the she was responsible for the mission that led to his death, and then after his death, she let the rebellion fall apart, and she's still being reserved a bit, but like
Mhm.
Glimmer has a better head on her shoulders than I do. I don't want her to make the same mistakes as I did,
Yeah.
everything fall apart. So that's really good and nice to see.
Yeah, there's definitely a like dynamic there that's a little bit that has depth to it. You know, it's not just like, oh, we hate each other. It's like, no, there's like reasons for things and why characters act the way they do. So that's always really nice.
Yes. And we should also mention the other maternal figure in the show, Shadow Weaver,
Oh yeah, Shadow Weaver.
who is obsessed with Adora.
She is, which is really interesting. Like, we still don't exactly know what her deal is.
Yeah.
We know that she previously was a sorceress who lived with Glimmer's aunt
Yeah.
in wherever they go. I forget the name of the place.
Yeah.
But like they go to like a secret like resort area, and if we turn out and finds out that Shadow Weaver used to live there as
Yeah.
like one of her one as one of
The wizards.
one of the wizards, but then she turned to the dark side basically.
Yep.
And she basically like goes against Hordak's orders and continues to try and find Adora, despite the fact that he's like, she's a lost cause, like Catra's right here, and she still tries to get Adora back anyway. So it's kind of interesting how obsessed she is over her.
Yeah.
And I wonder, like, do you think it's because like she's like sort of tied her self-worth to like Adora's like success, especially since she's Shira, or do you think it's like that she actually has motherly feelings for her?
I think it's
And
the former.
former, okay, that's what
Yeah.
I think too.
Yeah. Yeah. And you mentioned Catra, who was
Yep.
Adora's friend in the barracks
Mm-hmm.
before the start of the show.
Yeah.
And they have a very interesting relationship going on.
Wait, who does? I'm sorry.
Catra,
Oh yeah, Catra. Yeah, of course.
who is definitely like the primary antagonist now at the end of the
Mm-hmm.
season.
Yes.
Um, because they were, again, like I said, they were friends beforehand. Um,
Mm-hmm.
But because of Shira's feeling of sense of right and wrong, she was like no, and Catra was like no, I'm going to stay with the Horde. And
Mm-hmm.
there's always been like an on-off kind of thing between them throughout the rest of the season.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of romantic tension
Yeah.
happening between them. It's
Uh,
pretty
but
obvious.
but I'm glad um, for that one episode where like they have like a lot of like showing the background between the two of them, and
Oh,
then
the
they
one where they're like in the Shira temple thingy?
yes
Yes,
yes,
yes. I
and
forget
then
the name
like
of the episode, but yeah, I know what
yeah,
you're talking about.
and then Katra is just straight up reveals why reveals like the truth because she's always kind of played it off as like why do I want to be in charge? I just want to do
Yeah,
stuff. I want to
yeah,
beat the enemy and whatnot. And then it's like revealed that like she always felt like she was in Shira's shadow and she was kind of happy. She was happy when she left
yeah,
and all of that. And then like that really broke Shira's heart. Like you could feel the pain she was feeling with that.
yeah,
But that's a really good way to make that relationship break work.
yeah.
And that's going to be good for season two when it's like, yeah, this thing she was not going to be like, Catra, come back, and she's like, she at this point it's probably like, yeah, screw you too.
Yeah.
It's like all of that nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but we also have Catra's ally to talk about Scorpia.
Yeah, Scorpia. She's great. Oh my god. She's
Yes.
like the best.
Yeah.
Um I think what I like most about her is like is that she's just I don't know, she's just great. She has a lot of
Like the thing I love about her is like she looks so intimidating.
yes, she
Because she's
does.
like literally half scorpion, basically. She's got the
Uh-huh.
pincers and the tail and whatnot, but like she's just an honestly good sweetheart.
Yeah, she's just a really great like she's just really great.
Yeah.
Um
And interestingly, she is one of the princesses.
yeah, she is. Which
Yeah.
again also gives more complexity to the princesses as a whole too.
Yeah. Speaking of, we should talk about some of the other princesses.
Yes, we should.
Um, I guess we'll start with Entrapta because then she ends up converting to the Horde.
Yes.
Not
Intr-
necessarily intentionally,
no.
but like she's definitely working with the Horde on purpose, but like because purely because she's blinded by like technological advancement and doesn't like realize the consequences her actions have.
Yeah.
Which is very interesting, a different take. Especially since like not long before this, I like opened up the Wikipedia page and noticed that like all of these characters were in the original She-Ra show, and a lot of the background is pretty similar.
Yeah. I mean like I never really looked into the background for Shira because I don't know, it just wasn't like
Yeah,
when I watched it, I wanted to kind of know about it. Like I do after I watched it, I did find out that a lot of the elements in the show are lifted from He-Man and the original She-Ra.
yeah.
But I think watching it, like you didn't really need to know anything, and I thought that
No,
was really good.
absolutely not. I was just interested.
Yeah, but
Just
Entrapta
kind like
is
well,
one of the OG
yeah,
cast. Cool.
yeah. And Trapped is one of the OG cast, but she was like always on the side of the bad guys.
Oh, okay.
But the whole Shadow Weaver raising Adora thing was still intact.
Oh, interesting.
It's a thing from the original. So,
Okay.
like, every single character, it seems, was also in that show, too.
Oh, cool.
Um,
Even Seahawk?
yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Great.
Speaking of, yeah, Seahawk. Uh,
Seahawk's hilarious.
Seahawk's hilarious.
His whole burning down ships thing is hilarious. Is great.
He's like the Han Solo, but if you made Han Solo a comedic character.
That is the best description I have ever heard for him. Oh my
Yeah.
god. That is you just hit it right on the head right there.
Yeah.
That's great.
And Seahawk is also really close to Mermista, the princess of water, basically.
Yep. Mermista's pretty funny. She has like that blasé tone to her voice.
Oh yeah.
Which I guess can be a hit or miss kind of thing, but
Yeah, yeah.
it definitely gives it's definitely nice that all the princesses have different personality traits too.
Like Perfuma, who just like wants to be so super cheery even when things are going wrong.
Yep.
Um, which is fun, but like when things really hit the fan, when shit really hits the fan, she like responds properly.
Oh yeah, she's not like oh, what's his name? The optimist from Series of Unfortunate Events. Why the heck can't I remember his name? Oh my god.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
That guy. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about, who got his leg crushed at the
Yeah, that guy.
mill.
The whole joke about him is that he's relentlessly optimistic.
Yeah.
But like to a point where it's suffocating.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she's not like that, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. Then there was also Frosta from the Kingdom of Snows.
Yep.
That was very interesting. Her episode with the whole everyone gets invited and everyone has got to be peaceful.
Yep.
And even like when Shira was like, "They're up to something, I know it," and Frost was like, "Don't you dare!" And then like she's about to kick Shira out, but then like the attack happens and she's not properly banned.
Yep.
Which is very
Excuse me.
And then I'm surprised. I am kind of surprised she came and helped at the final battle slightly.
Yeah.
Even despite everything, it didn't seem like they left on good terms.
Yeah.
Those two. But that's good. She's there, and she'll be probably more relevant in the next. So speaking of being more in the next season, I mean, speaking of being more relevant, Natasha and Spinnerella.
Oh boy. They're mostly bit characters. We only see we were introduced to them in the within the first couple episodes. It's just they're just here. And then in the finale they actually like do stuff, but they're very minor characters. But they're married, I think, right? Or are they just together? I think they're married.
I don't think.
Or was that never clarified? That might have not been clarified. I might be jumping the gun.
Relationship,
huh?
Doesn't say anything about like proper marriage or what have you.
Yeah, but they're definitely dating at the very least.
Oh yeah, they're definitely dating, and I love them.
Yeah, they're really cute. Natasha's power being a literal translation of her name is amazing.
Yeah,
and also the fact that like, huh?
Yeah. And I also looked it up. I just looked it up. She was in the original show.
Oh my god.
But she didn't actually have powers.
Oh, okay.
She functioned like Bo does, but because like she just had like nets on her back that she skillfully used.
That's amazing.
But now in this show, it's just like, nope. There's a special stone dedicated to creating energy nets or what have you.
Yep. I also
which often like some of them do function more as like force fields rather than just straight up nets.
Yeah, I think it's really cool how the net power was used.
Yeah.
Like, she definitely utilized it in a lot of different ways, which is cool.
Yeah. But I think one might be my favorite character so far is Swiftwind.
Swiftwind! Oh my god, he's amazing. Oh my gosh.
A random horse that Shira blasted with her superpowers that is now a talking unicorn.
Who is also
designs the freedom of all other horses.
He's great.
Yep.
I love how they gave the horse a personality. That's just the best.
Yep.
And it's a dude too.
Yeah.
Which is even better. He's
That
so
was
fabulous. It's great.
also a thing in the original show,
Yeah.
Swiftwind. But he was able to transition between horse form and unicorn form like Adora Shira does.
Oh, I see.
He only talked when he was in unicorn mode.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but he's
That's
great.
unfortunate. Imagine like if you had like a superpower mode and a normal mode, but you can only speak in one of them.
The right?
That
That
would
would suck.
be the worst. Like, oh, I guess I'm just gonna sacrifice my ability to talk now.
Yeah,
Oh boy.
yeah. Um, yeah, I mean, I talked about some of the episodes and some of the moments I really enjoyed
Mm.
already. What other episodes or moments did you think were really good?
Uh. Oh boy. Well, I really liked the final battle. I thought that was really good. A lot of action, but it was still
Oh,
kind of fun. Yeah.
I want I want to say one thing with the final battle,
Sure.
uh, because I mentioned this to you after we finished watching it.
Uh huh.
I appreciate how like Shira lost her sword like halfway through the battle before she started like actually attacking the horde soldiers, so as they wouldn't have to justify set sword to stun mode.
Yeah, exactly. That was a really clever like way to like be like hand wave like the whole swords are very effective blood weapons. Like you will
Yeah,
draw blood with a sword.
yeah, um, yeah. No, Shira has not had a body count at all yet.
Nope. No, she is not. Do you think she ever will?
Probably by the end.
Oh, okay.
I mean, at least Hordak.
Well, I'm sure Hordak will gank someone, but
Yeah.
yeah, Shira
Well,
ganking
I
the
meant
other person
Hordak
would
would
be.
be the one to die by
Oh, okay. I
Shira's
see what
hand,
you mean. I see what you mean.
most likely.
Yeah.
Either that or by like the combined power of all of the princesses doing like a magic rainbow super blast
Yep.
that
Like is
just
it?
disintegrates him.
Yep. Yeah, no, the that I thought that was a really funny comment. Oh, I also really liked that episode you mentioned with Catra's backstory and sort of backstory Catra and Adora and their relationship. I think that episode kind of like juggled how they felt about each other,
Yeah.
and yeah, it was really cool and I liked that a lot. And I liked how they sort of used like the whole idea of them being children and also adults at the same time as a way to sort of break down their defenses, because like children are a lot more willing to be open about their emotions than adults are in some ways. So I thought that it was really cool how they were like using that, I guess, sort of like cool visual shorthand for like them
Yeah.
being more vulnerable. I don't know. I thought that was really cool symbolism.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of other moments. I don't know. I mean, Swiftwind's reveal was amazing. um,
Yeah.
I thought the whole like, I loved how when Azor was having her existential crisis in the beginning, she met up with that old lady, and
Yeah.
then the old lady like talked to her, and then she like left, and the old lady was like, "Who was that lady? Who was that girl?"
You
What?
know,
Okay, so were there any other moments that we thought were really good, or do we want to move on to negatives?
uh let me go through the episode list. Um um oh bit of lore I find interesting. Um how the first ones apparently made the planet into like a techno-organic computer
Yeah.
that like everything's connected to, and like
Mm-hmm.
it's that's that the planet is like a big battery, and like in my head it feels like she was kind of like the override code, or like the main
Yeah.
like security system for the computer from it being destroyed.
Right. Yeah. That's so interesting to like compare to create a something that's like part like that like you treat a planet like a computer system. That's very interesting.
Yeah. because she's like it's her that's the princess of power, and her that's like described as being able to heal the 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 rune stones or what have you, and that I find particularly interesting. Um, a weird combination of magic and science, just like Thor. Just like Thor, it's magic science matched together.
Yeah.
So it's cool. It's
Yeah.
very cool. Um, but yeah, I think those are my main positive things. Do you have anything else?
I really like how each of the how various the body types are for all the characters.
Yes.
I think
Yes.
that's really great. Like pretty much
Glimmer,
every character,
yes.
all of the characters have like a different body type.
Yeah.
And I think that's really great. Cuz like and that's such a far cry from like the 80s cartoon where it was like the same model for every character.
Yeah.
Like He-Man's muscle body, all the other characters have He-Man muscle bodies. All the females, same character model or template, I guess. It's not a model, it's a template, but
Yeah.
so I think that that's really great, and I'm glad that they took the time to make the characters have really different varieties in their body types and shapes.
Indeed.
So
Very pleased with that.
yeah.
Yeah, but I guess we can move on to onions.
Sure.
Do you have any onions?
Well,
I have
no.
one
you-
I can say, and it's
Sure.
just like it's just because it's an artistic choice.
Yeah.
Like all of the characters have like a shadow bandage thingy over their nose,
Yes, they do.
supposed to like represent death, and it's like it's a little odd.
It is a little odd, yeah. It looks like they all kind of have like weird colds or like
Yeah.
do they all have like they're all permanently blushing?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it is supposed to be like the kind of shadow that appears in your under your eyes
Yeah.
because like your nose is like
But it's always there, no matter what angle
yeah
is for where the light source is or how bright anything is. So
yeah. That is a little distracting, and I think that's true. But yeah, that's more of just the personal art choice rather than like.
yeah.
But I mean, yeah, I mean that can still be a negative, you know, if you think it doesn't do what it sets out to accomplish.
Yeah. Uh, it's minor onion.
Sure.
So like it was established in like the No Princess Left Behind that like what was was happening on their escape route, and that Trapta got trapped in there and everyone reasonably believed she died because like the room was getting like fumigated or whatever by like fire.
Yes.
And there's never a reason like there's nothing that says like how she survived.
That's fair.
It's like, oh yeah, I was just here waiting for my friends to come back and get me.
Right.
And I'm like, wait, how did you not die along with Emily?
Yeah.
That's like the only plot thing that like I can particularly think of that is like.
It was kind of just like we gotta get her. It was more of like a plot contrivance kind of thing. Like there has to be some way for us to like get entrapped on the bad side with this new direction we're taking her. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. But yeah, I don't think that detracts from it at all.
No, it doesn't detract from it. I'm just saying, from what I can think of, that's probably like the most egregious example of like a plot hole or a problem with the plot I have.
Right.
Like I mentioned, like I mean, like I mentioned, like not sure if like Frosta, based on how she reacted with She-Ra. Well, it's not necessarily She-Ra. It's because it's Glimmer and the Bright Moon that she responded. But like, so like, huh. This was just with her interactions.
Yeah.
Or there's not necessarily a particularly strong reason why she would show up, I feel. Beyond like, oh yeah, I was here, now I'm going to help save the day too.
Yeah.
I was in this season. Because there's also other princesses that we haven't interacted with yet, it seems.
No.
So.
Yeah, no. And I think those are like most of my onions too. I don't know if I have too many others.
Yeah.
So,
Hmm.
so now that we talked about negatives, let's talk about season 2 speculation. What do we expect is gonna happen? What do we want to have happen?
More princesses,
Yeah, I expect we'll probably meet some more princesses.
more gay love.
Yes, I'm also expecting for that hot lesbian action.
Yes.
So actually, a question for you: since you've watched Steven Universe, is this more gay, less gay, or about the same as Steven Universe?
I mean, at the moment, Steven Universe as a whole is definitely more gay,
Okay.
but and I said this to you before, but like in terms of episode count,
Mm-hmm.
um, well, here's the thing: do I want to count it just by episodes or by length of time? Because Steven Universe has 11-minute episodes, while these are like 22-minute episodes.
Oh, I mean,
So do I?
however you wanna count it, I
Because like
guess.
in episode count, this is more gay.
Mm-hmm.
I believe. I'm trying to remember when gay happened in there. But like if we're doing by just length of time, I think by this point they're equally gay.
Okay.
Not, but in this case, it's more like clear relationships and characters that could be.
Right.
While the other show, it's like not like directly relationships, but like specific things happen. Like
Gotcha.
that's pretty gay,
Gotcha.
despite those characters not being like a romantic relationship.
Right. Yeah.
But like on the whole, Steven Universe is very gay. Um,
Yeah. I
uh,
still have yet to watch it.
you should
Uh,
watch it.
I know. I know. You put it on the
Oh, thanks.
podcast, and then I'll definitely watch it. I'll be contractually obligated to. No, I'm
All
just
right.
kidding.
As soon as there's like a definitive date for the Steven Universe movie, we're gonna schedule the podcast around then.
Do I have to watch all of it by then?
Yes,
God damn it! How many seasons are there?
5.
Hmm.
Okay, but they're all 11-minute episodes.
Oh, okay. That's a little better.
So like
That's quite a lot
there's
better.
52 episodes in the first season, but that's like technically 26 episodes overall, and the other seasons fluctuate, but they would be about 13 full episodes.
Okay.
So it's not horrible.
No, that's not horrible. Like that, I thought that was really. I was like a really funny like subversion of the whole like old wise. Hold on. Yes. Yes. Huh? Okay. What does he need? Oh, okay. Give me 1 second. So my dad is calling me. We're gonna just hold on, and
Okay.
hopefully it'll be short. Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'll cut all this out in post. I promise.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, Kristen. Oh sure. I think so. Yeah.
You can come in. You're good because Alyssa had to do something with her father, so we're not doing anything right now, but we're still in like the middle of it.
Oh. I just wanted to know about, you're going to work for 2, right?
Yes.
About what to eat.
Yeah. What do we have?
Do you want a toasted cheese?
Sure. But just so you know, so I work 2 to 6. And there's a rehearsal tonight at 7. So I'm thinking I'm just gonna grab like Chipotle or something after work and then head on over.
Well, that's fine.
Because there would be a whole lot of time if
right, by the time you got home
I'd have to leave. Yeah. So, especially with how traffic could be because of the Saturday night before
Easter.
Easter.
You to take your time.
No, absolutely.
I don't care if you're a couple minutes late for 6.
No, for 7.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So yeah, I'll be fine.
So grab something to eat. Make sure you put water in your thing.
So I'll let you know when we're done with this, and then.
Okay. And then I'll do your toasted cheese.
Okay. Well, thank you.
I didn't know what was going on because the door was closed. So I tried to. That boy wants Dad's car.
Yeah.
And we tried to go transfer the title, and get it over with.
Yeah.
Can't do it because you need to show proof of insurance on the new vehicle. And his insurance company was closed after we sat and waited through all these people. And I called the woman, right? I called her and I asked her, I said,
what would you need and whatnot?
First of all, well, because yesterday, like, we tried going to Kingston Lock and they were closed for the holiday. We even drove by Donnie's yesterday and they were closed because of the holiday.
Yeah.
So anyway, I called to see that A, that they were open, and B, that they could do it today. And she said, we're here till 3, but you have to be physically here till by 2:30 or else we won't do it.
Yeah.
Because of the process. And she said, and both parties need to be here. That's all she said.
Yeah, she didn't specify that the other company needs insurance.
There, and other people, like ladies trying to get her driver's license address changed because she moved, and different things. Another lady came in, she got married. She wanted her driver's license to reflect her new. So you're sitting there. They used to have a ticket taker like the deli. Well, they don't have it anymore, so it's kind of like on your honor. So anyway, so waited through all these people. And then she's like, well, I need proof of insurance. And I said, yes. And she said, and he's like, on, like, just I have insurance? No, on the new vehicle. And he said, well, I don't have it. She said, well, then I can't do anything. So you have to have it insured before you can do it. So he tries calling his insurance agent. Of course, they're not there. It's Saturday. It's Holy Saturday.
Yeah.
So they told him to call an 800 number, like on their answering service. And he did, and we waited on 20-some minutes, and nobody ever came on, which there's probably nobody there either.
Yeah.
So then it said you could fill out the app, but the app said that you needed to have the insurance policy. Well, he doesn't have one yet on that vehicle.
So this is going to be like a next weekend thing.
Well, he works in Wilkes-Barre. He lives in Jessup.
Mm-hmm.
He works in Wilkes-Barre. He said he gets lunch from 12 to 1, and we try to go, but you don't know if there's going to be people there.
Yeah.
So he's going to call me on Monday.
Okay.
So, but just, you know, he wants the car. Yeah. It's a good little car.
Yeah.
You know, it didn't work for you.
No, yeah.
And,
mostly because it was a stick, and also my legs were it was so small for me.
Well, he said he's 6 foot, and he said, I can make it work. He said just back and forth to work.
Yeah.
Because he said between Jessup and Wilkes-Barre, he puts on over 300 miles a week.
Yeah.
So he'll use this car.
And get good gas mileage and whatnot.
Get good gas mileage and put the miles on it and have his vehicle. He had that big Ram truck.
Yeah.
For, like.
For going about town.
Right, but between the gas and the wear and tear and everything else.
Yeah.
So you let me know.
Yep.
How did he even get up there?
I don't know, but however he did it, it's pretty impressive.
I bet you $20 he slips.
I'll take that bet.
Yeah, me too.
Hey guys, what's going on?
Oh, Batsky's just threatening to jump off the fridge.
How did he even get all the way on top of the fridge?
That we're unsure of. However, we're pretty positive it has something to do with Tato's newest short film that Batsky tried out for and didn't get a part in.
My life is ruined! It's never gonna be the same!
I think we should let him jump. Just to see what happens, you know.
Jim, we're not letting him jump. That's fucked up.
Gee, okay, fine. You're no fun.
This was my chance at stardom. I'm never included in anything. People just see me as an accessory to their figures or some kind of prop. I'm just...
Oh my god, would you just shut up already? You're a bot. You're meant to just stand there, make someone smile and look pretty. But right now, you're kind of being a dick by bringing everyone down.
Wow, dude, that's harsh.
Yeah, dude, that's kind of mean.
Just preaching the truth, my home slices.
Guess what, man? The truth hurts.
Look, he's gonna jump.
Goodbye, cruel world. Ow.
Well, that was boring.
Oh, fate, you cruel mistress, you.
Yep. I was... Mom, you know, I know what this is.
What?
This was a free gift for ordering something that got here like 2 weeks ago, and they decided to ship it separately. And I'm like, why? I know what it is. It's just like a pin or metal or something. It was just a free thing for pre-ordering, and they're like, why is it in this big box, and why? And why did they ship it separately 2 weeks later? So this gets shredded.
It's two.
Yeah, this pin. It's like, I don't know why they bothered shipping it separately.
Yeah. Anything, Michael, we want to shred,
Yeah.
okay?
Okay.
Due to a packaging error, here's a purchase order.
Yeah. I'm included. Yeah. Also, it's funny because, like, there was an email notification that they free gift. Hey, Alyssa.
Hey, sorry about that.
Oh, I'm good. It's all good.
Turns out, well, my tire's low, so soon I'm gonna have to go. So we'll have to make this quick.
Okay. I mean, we've got a good chunk of stuff said.
Okay. Yeah.
So we could probably wrap it up pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Just like I think besides some other positives, less like onions and speculation, we should be good.
Yeah. Okay. So.
So we were talking about.
I mentioned the old lady and like how it was a fun subversion.
Yes, Raz. Yeah.
What the heck? I just saw this on my desk and I was like, "What is this?" It looks like it's for Easter.
Yeah.
Yay! 86% cacao. Okay.
Cacao?
Anyway, like
Cocoa.
Cocoa. Anyway, yes, we were talking about that. Yeah. I'm expecting that we'll definitely get some more character relationships happening. Do you see? You said to me that you're seeing Scorpia and Catra as a big thing, which I also see too. Definitely more from Scorpia's end, though. Let's be real.
Yeah, it's mostly from Scorpia, though. I mean, like there was definitely some. I mean, I could definitely believe like what happened between She-Ra and Catra was definitely just friendship romantic. Just
right.
like how I could also believe like what happened with Glimmer and Bo during the Princess Prom was just a friendship romantic.
Yeah.
Rather than a sexual romantic.
Yeah.
But I would not be surprised if like Scorpia and Catra end up in a relationship. It's just Scorpia should look for a better partner.
Yeah, Catra's kind of. She seems like the kind of person who would leave you out to dry, hang out to dry, you know.
Yeah, she's a total binch.
She is a cat. You know how they are.
Yeah.
Both of us dissing Catra.
Yep.
Is there any other like ships? I guess not. What are your thoughts on Adora and Catra as partners? Do you think there's that's going anywhere? Or you're like, nah.
I mean, at best, that could be like part of the resolution.
Okay.
But I'm gonna compare this to like Ilya and Blake from Ruby.
Okay, that's fair.
Like there definitely could have been a thing, but because of things that happened, that's not gonna work out so hot. But they could still be good friends after everything.
Okay.
But
so okay.
Yeah. But it depends upon like how far like Catra falls into the well of the dark side.
Yeah.
Because she wants to go headfirst into that.
She does.
She does. Or she was like, how about no?
I could totally see her taking Hordak's throne too. Like I could see her pulling a Kylo Ren.
Yeah.
And like ganking Hordak and being like, I am the Hordak now. And
that's fair because like Hordak is just basically a Snoke right now because we don't know like much. We just know like he came, he invaded, and he wants to take the planet, but we literally know nothing else besides that.
Yeah, he's very standard villain at the moment.
Yeah.
So I think that it would make sense narratively for Catra to usurp Hordak and take the Horde for herself.
Yeah.
Because she seems to have that kind of determination, you know.
Indeed.
And she's also petty enough to be like, look where I am now, Adora.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm the king of the world, man.
But let's see how well that plays out for Catra as well.
Yeah.
But none of that's probably happening this coming season unless somehow it's already going to be the last season.
No, I would highly doubt that.
Yeah.
That's like for like later plot. What do you think? Do you think Entrapta's gonna like be redeemed?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I think too.
At some point, not next season.
Right.
I genuinely think that overall,
yeah,
we're gonna interact with the other princesses throughout the coming seasons.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna get all of them together.
Yeah.
And then both Entrapta and Scorpio will be converted to the side of She-Ra.
Right.
At some point.
Mm-hmm.
And then that will lead to the climax.
Gotcha.
I think, though, granted, Entrapta is more likely to go over.
Right.
But Scorpia could.
Right.
I think but also her thing, both of them, they don't have a stone that they draw power from.
Right, yeah.
Also, so it could be interesting if like Shadow Weaver joins like She-Ra's side just to like say, screw you, Hordak.
Right, yeah.
She's the channeler of the power. And she's just more like, I want to be on the winning side rather than his side.
Yeah.
So that could be interesting. But again, that would be so much later on. But like I could definitely see redemption for Entrapta and Scorpia. I mean, Scorpia could also just maybe something could also develop between Scorpia and Entrapta, though I don't think Entrapta swings either way, honestly.
Yeah, she gives off quite a few Ace vibes, so
yeah,
I don't see her engaging in a romantic relationship with anyone in this show.
Yeah, but like I would think if Scorpia is brought onto the side of good, that it would be because Entrapta also comes.
Yeah, that also seems likely. But yeah. I guess it also depends on how much of a relationship, how close Scorpia and Catra get too.
Yeah.
So do you think Catra's like not likely to get redeemed? Do you think she's gonna absolutely be the big villain, big bad?
I think so.
Okay.
Like if Hordak does remain on his throne, she could.
Yeah.
But it'd probably be like, just lock me away. I don't want this.
Gotcha. Okay.
Or like a reserve, like, screw this. I actually do care about She-Ra. I don't want to see her hurt, but I don't want to join her side.
Gotcha.
Something.
So you don't think she would be like totally redeemed? Do you think that it would be a more complex kind of thing?
Yes.
That would be sweet. And I also think it would be really dramatic too, you know, watching your friend kind of fall apart.
Yeah.
Drama.
Yep.
Any other speculations for season 2, or I guess the rest of this series as a whole, from what we've seen?
Specifically. But I do expect to at least see the whole of the original cast at some point.
Oh, I'm sure. Do you think He-Man's gonna be in this show?
I mean, potentially.
Skeletor? Oh, they better bring in Skeletor if they bring in He-Man. I need that. Yeah, I need it.
What if Hordak is Skeletor?
Oh my, that would be the best twist.
I don't know enough about like to know the relationship. I assume they are separate characters, but like, what if Hordak dies and then comes back revived as Skeletor?
Oh my god, that would be hilarious. Would they make Skeletor the same kind of Skeletor from the original? Like, would he be like an annoying, pompous asshole?
I don't know. I mean, magic could screw with things.
Yeah, that's fair.
But also, Entrapta's not like a totally evil person. She's just like, misguided.
Yeah, so they could. So even if they do bring in Skeletor and He-Man, they might not be the same people.
Yeah.
Yeah, which makes sense.
I mean, there's a lot of, again, parallels, but even the brief things I saw, there's a lot of like reworking the characters as they originally appeared and behaved.
Yeah.
So it's entirely possible. Like there's definitely stuff that's like straight up like. The main reason I'm sure Entrapta ended up falling in with the Horde was because she was originally a Horde member.
Right, yeah.
Stuff like that, but
like the way it came about was a little different. Also, if He-Man comes back, do you think he's still gonna have his bowl cut?
Probably not.
Man. Yeah, I guess a bowl cut would like. That's a little too 80s.
Yeah.
That's a little too 80s.
Yeah.
For this show.
Indeed.
Sorry, I think He-Man is such a stupid design, but like stupid in a good way, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess that's all we have to say about the show.
Yes.
So
for this season.
Yep.
So thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, please like, share, and subscribe to and Alyssa, where can people find you?
You can find me on Twitter at @TheRationalDove. Feel free to tweet at me about She-Ra. I will love talking about it.
And you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at SoundJack426. And you can also find both of us over on RDSJ Gaming, where we are currently playing through the Transformers PS2, and she's playing through Crash Bandicoot.
Yep. Check us out there. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, and if you want to help support the channel, I have a Ko-fi account, so just follow the link in the description down below and buy me a coffee if you want to help support the channel. With that being said, thanks for tuning in. This is SoundJack and Alyssa signing off.